JDM is one of the guys that I fought that hits the hardest. And I fought Woodley, I fought Kamaru, I fought Hamza. That guy,
he could
that
crack.
guy gave me a little jab, and then I'm like, wow, my God.
JDM and Bilal Muhammad. You've been in there with both of them.
I was able to wrestle him, kind of control him a little bit. At the end, the guy did his thing. I ate a beautiful knee. You can feel it was not a stiff jab, it was just like pick, and then poof. Wow, that guy hits hard. You gotta watch out with that.
That'd be one of the most anticipated fights ever.
Yeah,
a
big fight for the year.
It's going to be so
That
sick.
pay-per-view.
Yeah, he's beatable though, 100%.
Definitely beatable.
Definitely, I see.
He's never fought a welterweight, has he, ever?
No. Or maybe I don't know about when he's younger. Maybe when he was younger, I'm not sure.
I saw it.
But his whole UFC career has been lightweight.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was him, but I saw footage of him punching a bag. It was either him or a lookalike. But he did look bigger already.
Yeah, he'll be puffy.
Getting big and having to try and get used to using
it's
it.
hard to get, you blow the
heavy,
muscles up. It's like those muscles,
he hasn't got a
blowing
long
muscles
time,
up. It's like they need blood. So it's like the opposite if you're in an MMA fight. It's going to fill up with blood.
And
Yeah.
he'll be holding on in the fight.
He has to hold on and
He's
he's
obviously
like build his muscles up to try and get bigger and hold them on. It's like
He'll get tired.
He's obviously
I think Islam Makhachev is a better version of Bilal. The striking on the feet, I think it's easier than Bilal because he'll stay in one stance. He's more traditional style. But yeah, he's the pound for pound number one. So it's a tough fight. But I guess we'll just watch all these fights again, make a solid game plan, and then just start working at it. From pretty much now, I'm going to start working on ways to beat him, different ways to get back to my feet, stuff in the takedown. But I'm pretty confident I can get this one done.
So Volkanovski's obviously fought him before.
Yep.
Will you pick Volk's brain?
Yeah, 100%. I definitely plan, after the last two fights, I've spent a bit of time in Wollongong. So, yeah, I think probably the first stop, we go to Wollongong, talk to Volk, see what he reckons.
The welterweight showdown between Islam Makhachev and Jack Della Maddalena has the MMA world buzzing. One's a dominant grappler stepping up from lightweight, the other's a slick striker with brutal finishing power. As fans debate who walks out with the win, UFC experts are weighing in with bold predictions. Among them is Henry Cejudo, who believes Islam's wrestling and fight IQ will be too much for JDM to handle, saying Islam will grind out the win and remind everyone why he's one of the most complete fighters in the game today.
I think Islam Makhachev is going to beat him. I think he's going to become the 11th double champ in UFC history.
Islam tweeted, keep it shiny, keep it nice for me. JDM, I mean, it was kind of like the perfect comeback. He was just like, yeah, come get it.
Keep my belt clean. Okay, so the talking has begun, dude. That fight is set. That fight's going to take place in October, Abu Dhabi. I think we all know that. We're no longer going to get Ilya versus Islam Makhachev just now, but we are going to get a fight at 155. That's going to be Charles Oliveira, Ilya Tuporia, International Fight Week.
Kamaru Usman responded to Henry's prediction in favor of Islam by pointing out that Jack Della Maddalena shouldn't be underestimated. While he respects Islam's wrestling, Usman emphasized that JDM's striking is elite and his composure is underrated. He added that if Islam can't close the distance early, Jack could pick him apart on the feet and shift the momentum fast.
Everybody, let's stop sleeping on JDM. You know, this guy is good. So let's stop just thinking, oh, Islam's coming in and Islam's going to take his title and Islam's the new champion. Let's stop thinking that. I think it's an intriguing fight. I think it's a really, really good fight, and it's a tough matchup for both guys. Now, with Islam coming in, that throws a wrench into where I'm at, because Buckley and I go out there and we put on an impressive performance. Hey, we're next.
Yeah,
I'm next. If I go out there and I put on an impressive performance against Buckley, I'm next in that.
Ali Abdelaziz, Islam Makhachev's longtime manager, made it clear in a recent interview that he has no doubts about Islam beating Jack Della Maddalena. He praised Jack's boxing, but confidently stated that Islam is on another level in terms of grappling, cage control, and championship mindset. Ali said Jack has never faced someone who can pressure him like Islam will, and predicted that once Islam gets a hold of him, it's game over. According to Ali, this fight will only further prove why Islam belongs at the top of the welterweight division.
And look right now, Islam fighting Maddalena, and I truly believe Islam is gonna beat him. I do.
Joaquin Buckley recently shared his take on the Islam Makhachev versus Jack Della Maddalena fight and made it clear he's backing Islam to win. Buckley praised Islam's relentless wrestling, cardio, and ability to control the pace of the fight. He mentioned that while Jack has sharp hands, Islam's pressure and fight IQ will be the difference. Buckley believes Islam's game plan will smother JDM's striking and make it hard for him to find a rhythm. In Buckley's view, Islam's overall skill set gives him a clear edge in this matchup.
Between JDM and Islam, who do you think wins that fight if they do book?
Islam.
Islam. Yeah. You feel like maybe down the line you two could fight? Obviously, if he becomes champion and you're a top contender.
I would love it, but I don't think Islam would. I truly believe if Islam is able to win that 170 title, he gonna move. What, he gonna stick around and potentially, lose that winning streak? I don't think so. I think he really just trying to cement his name, and then once he wins that welterweight belt, my man gonna retire at the end of the day. That's my opinion.
Israel Adesanya also weighed in on the upcoming Islam Makhachev versus Jack Della Maddalena fight and threw his support behind JDM. Adesanya praised Jack's crisp striking, footwork, and calmness under pressure, calling him one of the sharpest boxers in the UFC right now. He said that if Jack keeps the fight standing and maintains distance, he has the tools to finish the job. Izzy acknowledged Islam's dominance at lightweight, but believes the welterweight jump changes everything. In his view, JDM has what it takes to break Islam's rhythm and hand him a surprising and statement-making loss.
Della versus Islam, how are we feeling about that?
I think Della is going to get it done. I've only spotted Della once. Not really hard crazy, but his scrambles are crazy. And I feel Islam would feel like he bit off more than he could chew once he gets in there with him. People don't realize how big Della is as well. He's solid. He's going to knock him out, and I believe him. I honestly believe him.
Craig Jones, one of the top grappling minds in MMA, admitted he's torn on who will win between Islam Makhachev and Jack Della Maddalena. As someone who has worked with elite fighters in both striking and jiu-jitsu, Craig sees strengths on both sides. He praised Islam's top control and ability to smother opponents, but also pointed out JDM's composure and deadly striking accuracy. According to Craig, it all comes down to who can dictate the pace. If Islam turns it into a wrestling clinic, he wins. But if Jack keeps it standing, there's a real chance for a knockout upset.
How do you think the fight against Islam goes?
I think it's a super difficult fight for Islam, this one. He's like, obviously he's faced Volk twice. We'll forget about the second one, but the first one, very competitive with the grappling. And now we're talking about he's facing a guy that's some of the best scrambling ability, I think, period, in all of MMA, and some of the most unorthodox grappling. And I think that's what Belal struggled with. Belal really just sticks to a blueprint. The blueprint obviously works very well. But in terms of creativity in what Belal does, I think it's pretty strict. Jack, as you saw in that fight, some of his off balances and grip breaks and some of the things he does, it's really hard to prepare for that. So I think like Islam, the size difference is going to be quite a lot bigger than people think. And we've seen how Volk did on the ground and how much Islam struggled with him in the grappling exchanges. And having seen Jack and Volks work together, seeing the skill sets, like this is a perfect one. The UFC want guys that stand and bang. I'm trying to still help them out even though potentially enemies.
So you feel confident about this one?
Yeah, very, very confident for this one.
You think Islam stays at 170 after this, or do you think he goes back down?
I mean, yeah, good question. I don't know what he's weighing. Like, I think he was posting that he was pretty light, so I'm not sure how he's going to deal with that size difference. I think, obviously, worst case scenario, goes out ragdolls, potentially submits Jack. I think he's probably going to stay.
Robert Whitaker expressed his thoughts on Jack Della Maddalena's chances against Islam Makhachev and pointed to what he calls JDM's X Factor. Whitaker praised Jack's calm presence in the octagon, his ability to adapt mid-fight, and the kind of quiet confidence that separates elite fighters from the rest. He believes Jack's timing and precision, especially with his striking, could disrupt Islam's rhythm. Whitaker added that while Islam is an incredible grappler, Jack's awareness and ability to stay dangerous at all times make this fight a lot closer than people think. That X factor, he said, could be the difference.
How do you feel about this fight with Islam?
I don't think it'll be an easy fight for Jack. Islam can do everything that Belal does, but way better. I thought Jack handedly had the fight, but it was a fight. But I believe in Jack. I think He's got that X factor. Just like with Bilal, just like Burns before, I think he can do the impossible.
Charles Oliveira shared his prediction for the Islam Makhachev versus Jack Della Maddalena bout and backed Islam to come out on top. The former lightweight champ acknowledged Jack's striking skills, but emphasized that if Maddalena allows Islam to close the distance and get the fight to the ground, it's going to be a long night for him. Oliveira said Islam's grappling and top control are smothering, and once he gets on top, very few can escape. He added that Islam's patience and discipline in executing his game plan make him a nightmare for any striker without strong takedown defense.
O que você acha que ganha entre o Jack Della Maddalena e o Islam?
Maddalena, ele é um jogo muito complicado, porque ele é um cara que ele não vem pra te nocautear rápido, ele vem pra te finalizar, ele vem te magoando, né?
Aos poucos, né?
Aos poucos. Foi o que ele fez agora na luta contra o Bilal. Só que eu acho que o Islam vai se dar muito bem nessa categoria, né, mano? Agora vai estar muito mais forte, é um jogo que, tipo, ele gosta de agarrar e botar pra baixo. Eu acho que o Jack Maddalena fazia a mesma luta que ele fez, né? Agora contra o Bilal, batendo, movimentando, saindo, machucando, é uma luta, mas se deixar o Islam agarrar e botar pra baixo é o time.
Max Holloway recently spoke about the upcoming Islam versus JDM fight and pointed out that too many people are counting Jack Della Maddalena out. He said Jack's got slick hands, great timing, and the heart to push through adversity. According to Max, people forget how dangerous JDM is just because he's quiet, but he believes Jack could surprise a lot of fans.
I think he'd be fine, man. I think he'd be good, you know, but people be sleeping on Jack, you know what I mean? And I think Jack is one of the best fighters in the world right now, and I think people is going to find out when that match happens. I don't know. I'm hearing rumors maybe October. I think it's going to be a fun fight, smart fight, but a lot of people counting out Jack for I don't know what reason. They just keep counting him out. Kind of reminds me of when I was like coming up and counting me out about certain fights. So, I mean, he is, you know, he's the number 2 pound for pound in the world right now, but he's the number 2 pound for pound in the world for a reason, so you got to respect that. But, you know, don't sleep on Jack. I think it's going to be a tough and fun fight.
Bilal Muhammad also gave his take on the Islam Makhachev versus Jack Della Maddalena fight and confidently backed Islam to win. He pointed to Islam's elite wrestling as the deciding factor, saying that once Islam gets his hands on someone, the fight changes entirely. Bilal added that JDM hasn't faced anyone with Islam's level of grappling pressure and control. He believes Islam's ability to chain wrestle, maintain top position, and drain his opponent's gas tank will be too much for Jack to handle over 5 rounds. In Bilal's eyes, Islam's wrestling is the ultimate weapon in this matchup.
How do you think Islam versus JDM goes down?
Honestly, I think Islam will probably take it down. Like, Islam's wrestling really good. Like, even with me, I like really committed to it. I took it down. Their team's so good at like hacking in a game plan and sticking to it.
You said that you kind of abandoned the game plan a little. You think if you got a rematch, you would change the game plan a bit?
No, I mean, honestly, I think I won three rounds, but you have to go out there and make it more clear. When you get into the cage and you're fighting, right, you get into that, like, all right, I feel like striking. Let's keep going. I was doing well with it. Let's keep going. If your coach is trying to get you to focus on the game plan again, it's like, nah, man, I'm doing well with it. You're thinking you're doing better than you are. Every fight, you gain something from it, right? This fight, I gained something from it.
Sean O'Malley talked about the Islam Makhachev versus Jack Della Maddalena matchup, predicting that Islam will likely get the win, but not without facing serious resistance. O'Malley highlighted Jack's sharp boxing and ability to stay calm under pressure, saying it won't be a walk in the park for Islam. He emphasized that Jack's striking is on another level, and if Islam doesn't implement his grappling early, he could find himself in trouble. Still, O'Malley believes Islam's experience and fight IQ give him a slight edge, just not an easy one.
How do you think Islam does at welterweight? A lot of people are saying like he might be underestimating like the size and stuff, but he's a fucking.
I heard he's huge. Yeah, I heard he's not going to be any. I mean, who knows? I heard he's not going to be any smaller than Jack come fight night. Like, which would make sense if he's but 55 to 70. That's a little bit different than 35 to 45, 45 to 55. I mean, it's an extra 5 pounds, but when your skill level's that high as Islam's is, I don't think he'll be. I mean, it'll be interesting if he goes in there and tries to shoot on Jack. Jack stuffs him and gets in his face. But Islam's striking is so underrated that it's like Islam could, put the hands on Jack too.
Do you think he makes a run at welterweight? Like, who's after that? I guess you got Usman and Buckley there.
Speaking of JDM, Khabib didn't sugarcoat it. While he's confident in Islam Makhachev's preparation, he acknowledged that Jack Della Maddalena is a very serious challenge. He praised Jack's striking accuracy, calm under pressure, and sharp finishing instincts. Khabib admitted that moving up to welterweight and facing someone as dangerous as Jack right away isn't an easy task, but that's why they've doubled down on training intensity. Khabib said they're respecting the challenge and preparing for a war.
Считаю, что Мадалена самый сложный соперник в ислама карьере. Это мое мнение. Ни Чарльз, никто.
ни один из этих бойцов...
И даже не Илья,
меня,
если бы это бой был бы.
Ну, мое личное мнение, во-первых, Мадалена 2 раза больше, чем Илья.
Сопоставим.
Илья. Он 2 раза больше. Он выше, больше, ноги помощнее, корпус, бокс не хуже. И грэпплинг он возится очень хорошо, если вы смотрели. Ну, для меня, если я, например, буду готовить Ислама против Илья или Маддалены, для меня больше будет волновать и волнует Маддалена.
Islam Makhachev's coach, Javier Mendez, fully agreed with Khabib's assessment of JDM. Speaking about the upcoming fight, Mendez said Jack is no walkover since his crisp boxing, timing, and composure make him one of the most dangerous welterweights out there. Mendez agreed with Khabib's comments that Islam will need to be at his absolute best, and that's exactly what they're working toward every day in camp. He added that while they're confident in Islam's abilities, they're not underestimating the threat Jack poses. For Mendez, it's about staying sharp, executing the game plan, and proving Islam's greatness in a new division.
I think what makes JDM so dangerous, number one, he's unbeaten for quite a while.
Yeah.
He's had quite a long win streak. And the fact that this guy mixes it up extremely well. He goes to the body, to the head. He doesn't just stick head hunting. He mixes it all up. He goes body, punch, boom, and then all of a sudden a kick comes. And with him, his takedown defense is really, really good also. So we are not in a situation where we can think, we're going to go to the ground or we're going to, no, we got to see what he's going to give us. And we have to we're going to have to make him give us something because I don't know if he's going to. He's really that good.
Yeah, I believe Khabib recently said that's Islam's toughest test. Do you agree?
I'm going to have to 1,000,000% agree with Khabib. I think this is our toughest test, and this is Khabib and my biggest responsibility is to make sure we get Islam on tip-top shape and ready to do what we think and we believe he will do, and that's win. But it's not going to be easy. And if we make it look easy, it's because we were properly prepared, and Jack just happened to give us what we needed. But this is by no means a walkover fight. No means. This is a really, really tough fight, and we have immense respect for Jack and their team and what they can do. And so we're prepared,
Showdown between Islam Makhachev and Jack Della Maddalena is more than just a clash of styles. It's a battle of wills, wrestling dominance versus surgical striking, championship poise versus hungry ambition. From Joe Rogan to Israel Adesanya, the MMA world is split, and that's what makes this fight so electrifying. Will Islam cement his legacy in a new weight class? Or will JDM pull off one of the biggest upsets in UFC history? Every punch, every takedown, and every moment could shift the tide. Let us know who you're backing in the comments below. Do you believe in Islam's smothering control, or are you putting your faith in Jack's killer instincts? Smash that like button if you're hyped for this war, and don't forget to subscribe for more real-time breakdowns, fighter reactions, and exclusive updates leading into UFC 317. One thing is certain, this fight will leave a mark.